let me revise it. What we did exactly, passing the route parameters, right? Passing the route parameters. This is the route parameter, and reading that route parameter and showing somewhere this, right? So if you go to home page, here you can pass Android and Android, and if you say login, here you can see Android, right? Here you can see Android, and that Android is in the URL. So you are reading from the URL route parameters, right? Okay, now what I want to do, see, let me change this second component. So I have this as second component, which is just showing this thing. Now I would be having one more row, and into that row we would be having input, what you can say, type is equals to text, name and value, and I would be having hash, what you can say, change USNM, changed USNM, and we would be having one button, input type is equals to button, name we don't need, and here you can have okay, right? Here you can have okay, and I would be having on click listener, on the click of this, what you can say, change USNM would be the call, and from here I am passing chusnm dot value, right? chusnm dot value, change USNM. So this would be the function we need to write in the second component over here, right? So it would be accepting USNM, right, as a string parameter like this, and here I can say this dot USNM is equals to incoming USNM, likewise, right? So you got one something like this. Now I'll show you what is the flow. So this is your first login screen. I'm going to say Android and CodeCool over here. Then you can say login, and here can you see Android, which is a route parameter over here. Now if I say once again CodeCool, and if I say okay, right, if I say okay, see here it's changing. So this is what I'm not trying to achieve, right? I want to change this parameter. Very first thing, I want to change this parameter. Now what I'm trying to do is that I am trying to call, right, I am trying to call same component. So instead of this button, I can have one hyperlink, say A, right, A, and or that's fine, we will have one button, and instead of changing this value, I am going to call second component itself over here. So let me have router. Here I would be having what you can say private router, and I would be having object of router over here, right, object of router over here, and here you can say this dot router dot navigate, this dot router dot navigate, and into this I'm going to call, I will go with the second, and here I can pass what you can say USNM, this USNM. So I am passing what you can say this USNM. So from the second component, I am calling the second component itself. If you can check it right now. Now I'll go here, and here I can say CodeCool, and password is Android, and then you can say login. Here you can get CodeCool, right, and here I'm going to say now Android, and I'm going to say okay. Can you see this route variable is getting changed, but this value is not getting changed, This route variable is getting changed, but this value is not getting changed. So here if I say Angular and say okay, Angular and say okay, so Angular is here, and this value, if you can see here, you are reading the value from the activated route .snapshot.param. I am reading the value, right, which is already available at the component load time. But now I want to read the value, right? I want to read the value from that path. How to do that thing? We'll see in the next tutorial.